Welcome back to the Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. As you well know, I'm very passionate about the importance of precious metals. I call it the way you battle the monetary tax that's taking place out there in our country. They don't talk about it much, but there is a monetary tax that's happening where they are devaluing your money, and the only way you can really insulate yourself from that and protect yourself from that is by buying precious metals. It's really as simple as that. And what do I mean by a monetary tax? It's inflation, too much money chasing too few goods. In this administration, we have seen in one day $1.4 trillion of money printed and put out into the money supply, something that never happened in the history of our country, literally taking chapters out of Zimbabwe's playbook, where everyone's a millionaire, by the way, in Zimbabwe, and they have 80% unemployment and among the worst poverty in the world. That's what a monetary system like the one this administration seems to be slowly but surely pursuing is going to do to this economy. And I believe that. That's not alarmism. That's just looking at what's happening from a macro and from a trend perspective. Ken Batman, a good friend of this program, and I are working together to help people when it comes to this issue. We're battling the ignorance that's out there when it comes to inflation, and also going to help people have the means to fight that monetary tax, one of the few taxes you can actually fight legally. And Rich Lorenzo is with a group that's working with us in that objective called silversaver.com. Welcome to both of you.
Well, great. Thanks, Kevin.
Glad to have you on.
Great to be here.
Rich, tell us a little bit about the story of silversaver.com.
Well, Kevin, back in 2008, we were concerned with what was going on in the country, and we wanted to make a way for everyone to be able to save and protect their resources against inflation. And so what we did is we kind of say we democratized the ownership of gold and silver. We created a way for the public to own gold and silver where they could own it in $50 a month, $25 a week. They didn't have to have $5,000 right at their, right in their hand. They could go and do something with $25 a week or $50 a month. So our website, silversaver.com, people can sign up and they can actually start saving gold and silver right away.
It's an awesome concept and a great idea. And that really resonated with you, didn't it, Kent?
Yeah, it really did. I mean, I feel just like you do about the hidden tax, and we want people to be, financially secure. We want them to be able to be prepared for emergencies, and precious metals is the best way to do it. But Silver Saver's so nice. You can do this payroll deduct. You can do it in small quantities. You have an account directly with them. And that ease of operation is what really attracted me.
Yeah, and I'm assuming it's the case, Rich, that if you wanted to do it, you have to fulfill certain requirements. But you could make this part of an IRA, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could also do it. You could also do it in an IRA, but in an IRA, you have to do bigger amounts. Right. And you can't take delivery of it.
Right. So it has to be at arm's length. It has to be at arm's length to be able to do in an IRA.
Yeah, there's a little bit of government kind of regulations that you got to deal with, and you can't take delivery, and that's sometimes a lot of our customers they want to own it and hold it.
Well, and if you're as alarmed as Kent and I are, you're going to want to hold it, to be perfectly frank. You're going to want to have your hands on it in order to be able to get use of it. And silver's among my favorite of all the items out there. I just think from a tactical and practical perspective, silver's going to be the way to go. And I know that's something you believe as well, Kent.
It really is. For one thing, if we're talking about the average investor who wants to do maybe $100 a month, that's several silver coins, but it's not many gold coins.
Right.
Not many ounces of gold.
Yeah.
So it's much easier to do.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact that on a macro perspective, I like looking at trends, international trends that are taking place. In the last year or so, China for the first time allowed its citizens to buy silver. Not gold, but silver. And it really unleashed pent-up demand that was decades, generations old. And I won't be surprised if there's other countries where it's prohibited that they'll let them pursue silver but not gold, and which means the demand for that and the value of it will obviously go up. Rich, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, with silver has historically been the people's money, and that's, here in our country, we used to handle silver coins. I mean, for prior to 1965, you were able, all the coins were 90% silver. So absolutely, silver has been historically been the people's money, where the gold has been the kings and the queens, and for large transactions. So for smaller transactions, silver makes sense. And I think Kent's example is fantastic because, the average person, if you have $2,000, are you going to go out and buy one gold coin? Or are you going to go buy, 70 silver coins? I think people in general like to have more in their hands, so they're going to go and take that 70 silver coins and hold those instead.
Yeah, no question about it. I think it's a phenomenal idea. I know everything I have is actually in silver. I don't do anything in gold for that very reason. So I encourage people to learn more about this. Silversaver.com. That's silversaver.com. But Kent, you and I are going to have a website. And by the way, today, you can get more information about what Kent and I are doing at our sister news website, usdailyreview.com. It's going to be there in the money section, in the business section of usdailyreview.com. So go there right now. You'll get more information about what we're doing and our collaboration with Silver Saver. But we're excited about bringing this to people out there, aren't we, Kent?
Absolutely. And I hope everybody goes to the website. You can actually link directly up with Silver Saver through our site. And it's going to be fun for everybody involved, and I couldn't endorse this idea more any stronger.
There you go. Thanks to both of you gentlemen. Again, Rich Lorenzo with silversaver.com. He's working in collaboration and cooperation with Kent Batman and myself in helping you solve one of the biggest financial problems out there, which is this monetary tax called inflation. Thanks to both of you gentlemen. When we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here, it can be found over there at usdailyreview.com. And this is The Price of Business.